Hey guys, Longren from Frisbee Gaming here. Welcome back again to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. So, we're going to continue with my Lich Knight playthrough. We left off where we had just helped Sela do her companion quest with Elon. And now we're going to continue on with the main storyline. Or rather, we're going to stop doing these little side quests for the companions. Someone's on the road. Through the mist, you spot the flickering flames of a campfire. Three figures, wrapped in crusader cloaks, are huddled next to it. A stout, smiling dwarf, a brash, dark-haired halfling, and a delicate-looking woman who appears to be very young. The crackling campfire is driving away the bleak fog and promising warmth and rest for tired legs. Noticing you, the halfling's hand jerks towards his weapon, but then he relaxes. Hey, it's the commander himself! Don't just stand there, have a seat by the fire. It's a bit damp today, you might as well dry off at least. In an amicable gesture, he passes you a large mug that smells of freshly brewed tea. Who are you? Frontline scouting party. I assume you're sent us ahead to look for ambushes. We've been walking all day, so we're making a bivouac. Go ahead and help yourself to some tea. It's an honor for us to be sharing a campfire with the commander. What are your names? Proudly lifting his chin, which bears a white scar, the halfling says, I'm Sergeant Velm, the leader of this gang of daredevils. You can tell by Velm's appearance that he's a fighter. He sports a nose that's been broken more than once, well-fitted gear, a gutsy spark in his eyes. All the hearts of a feisty, courageous warrior. The dwarf grunts and grins. Why would you call our heroic squad a gang, Velm? I am Tran, foot soldier, cook, quartermaster, and mother hen of this lot. And the one who set up the tent for Asti, given that she doesn't even have the muscle to drive a stake into the ground. With a smirk, Tran glances at the woman, who immediately turns red in the face. A sweet and terribly young cleric opens her mouth to say something, but shuts it immediately and blushes even more. Finally, she mutters sheepishly, I'm Asti. At your service, Commander. The location of the camp was wisely chosen. It's safe and quiet here, no tracks in sight, the air is calm. But an odd feeling of wrongness lances through you, like a sting from an angry wasp. Something isn't right. Aren't you scared? Camped out here in enemy territory? The dwarf gives you a disapproving sidelong glance. You wound me, Commander. I've walked many roads. I know a good spot for a camp when I see one. Even if a whole column of cultists marched by, they wouldn't think of checking this place. In the meantime, we would watch quietly and count every last one. Thoroughly embarrassed, Asti adopts a serious tone and comments in Tran's direction. You and your boasting. Her two comrades greet her remark with a burst of laughter. Well, since you're offering... You bet we're offering. The halfling moves with such deftness that you barely notice the warm mug of tea that appears in your hands. The tea's fragrance is gorgeous. Where did you get that extraordinary tea? I can tell the commander knows more about cooking than some. Tran leans over to you and says weightily, It's cat's holly. I bought it from a merchant in Epsilon. Worth every coin, though, eh? Cat's holly? That name sounds vaguely familiar, but you've never heard of it being used in cooking. You seem to recall that it causes delirium. Apparently, being this far away from the discipline of strict officers, the scouts decided to indulge in some happy dreams. Take a sip of... Yep, we're gonna go ahead. From the very first sip, you feel sweet warmth spread through your body. The drink drives away the chill in your bones. Blessed silence, which every soldier knows to treasure, settles in your mind. Asti stutters as her gaze drifts away. Commander, if you don't mind, I could heal your wounds and maybe cast a fortifying spell? Asti, when speaking with the commander, remember to breathe. You'll choke at this rate. You three have some pretty good banter. Asti, her face a deep red, shoots Tran a furious look and flashes him a surprisingly nasty expression. For a moment, her mouth appears as though it's filled with sharp teeth, and her blushing skin is nothing more than a layer of powder caked over lifeless gray skin underneath. But you blink and the illusion is gone. You said it, Commander. I'd like to see a Joker who put it in Tran's head that he could woo ladies like that. The fairer sex just love men with a good sense of humor, don't they, Tran? Velm's comments makes Tran blush in turn. I'm afraid I have no time to spare. You attempt to stand, but your legs give out from exhaustion. Your whole body protests against the mere thought of going anywhere. Come now, Commander. Where's the sense in going ahead of the scouts? What if you walked right into enemy lines? Okay, actually, had to roll decently for that. You'll lose your head for nothing, and the army won't last long without you. Get a night's rest with us, and set out first thing in the morning. Something's not right. Smiling brazenly, the halfling licks his lips with a surprisingly long, pustule-covered red tongue. Ha! Would you look at that? He didn't buy it. Enough of this masquerade then, everyone. No more games. Poisonous foam bubbles in your stomach, and, retching painfully, you vomit up the vile liquid you've ingested. The figures by the file ripple and transform. 3 gray-haired and dark-skinned elves watch you with mocking sneers. Their twisted, grimacing faces look demonic. From the haze, more previously unseen shadows materialize. They are all just as loathsome and unsettling. The campfire emits a sickly sweet, intoxicating smell, and in the squat kettle you see some slimy mushrooms swinging in a disgusting, boiling slurry. Who are you? The one who is pretending to be the halfling Val makes a face, making you in an obnoxious voice. Who are you? We are servants of Lord Discari, and you are the pitiful insect that got caught in our web. The elf who is masquerading as the cleric Asti gives you a lecherous smile, enthusiastically dragging her tongue along the blade of her dagger. Did you like sweet little Asti? Did you want to play with her in your tent? What was the point of the charade? Lady Anamora desires your head, and will gladly deliver it. The elf, whose voice, as Tran was so convincing, lets off a repulsive snicker. You think I'm at your mercy? We'll see who the real prey is. I love it when prey tries to fight back.
Enemy approaching!
Cover me!
Let's try and let's get rid of him. So, oh,
Let's try this way.
let's see you take a shot now. Actually, let's put him to sleep. Oh, he's immune! That's great.
Stab their backs.
Taking a little bit of damage in here. Wow, I'm surprised that missed. Oh, I do not like that.
Let's hear you cry.
Oh, nice. Can't reach. In which case... Who's... not worth it.
This will hurt.
Okay.
Aim carefully.
Can you finish him off? There we go. That Magus is the next target. Going for now. Oh! Not fun getting shot at, is it? I love that they're doing like no damage. Oh, it's so much fun. I think this is actually a more fun tank build than not getting hit at all.
I'll just have to resort to brute force. Run them through.
Okay.
A calculated loss.
Nice.
Forwards.
Let's hear you cry.
Ooh, another one down. Oh no!
I feel faint.
Oh.
So it comes to this. Out of my way!
Oh, missed. Like, and the worst part is like there's nothing I can do about crappy rolls.
Run them through.
Your death awaits.
Nice little ambush though. Did some good damage. Oh, why am I?
I'm gone.
I'm losing my temper.
Just pick up all their equipment when we leave.
Follow my steps.
Oh,
Time to rob them of
What?
their treasures.
oh no.
Learn
Okay.
from my mistake.
You gotta go again?
Cover me.
Also, why were they not part of the first engagement?
This should do it.
Die!
Let us bide our time.
Gonna heal. And then you're
Time's
going
not
to
waiting.
heal. Do one more. 5? Okay, one more. 2? Oh, jeez. Was 10 the... What is it? Heal it. 1d6 points of damage. Yeah, 1d6 points of damage for every 3 war priest levels he possesses above second. So I'm only doing 2d6 right now. So 2 is literally the lowest, and I got 1. Oh man. See, telling you, RNG just hates me.
Let's head out.
Take all the equipment. Okay, let's keep going. Nightingale Grove. Yeah, we'll take the rest. Protective rituals. Yes. Camouflage. hop out. There we go. Don't remind me I have stuff going on my phone. I want to think about work right now. Okay. If I remember correctly, this was a very difficult encounter. Get your hands off that. It's mine. Yours? Well, watch me. Wait, someone's here. Run! Nobody's running. Draw your weapons and fight, you cowards, or I'll cut you down myself. Let's go ahead and use the shield spell. We'll send Sensei in, because that's what he's supposed to do. Draguda, we'll send you in too. Oh wow, you're way out there. Oh! To kill him, you have got to die. Can't reach him if I turn. Oh my god. Yep.
Stab
Perfect.
their backs.
Let's hear you cry.
Oh, still up. Can I charge him? Yes. Perfect. Can you kill him?
Out of my way!
Oh, you missed. Oh no. Here, let's go ahead
You made
and
your choice.
I have to do it. He's still alive? Oh. Oh. Wow. You're actually more
I'll
dangerous.
loot your corpse.
Actually, yeah, let's knock you down. Wow, okay. Can we finish you?
Solid plan.
Yes, perfect. Can we get this one? Great. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and... nope. Sensei's out of it.
Let's try this
Nope.
Your death awaits. I will not be trifled with.
Yeah, it was... That went a lot better than I expected it would, but I do remember this being a pretty hard encounter. I think that's actually even... I think most of the game is just more difficult in real time with pause. Mostly because your inability to move through ally space. And then not being able to react as quickly to certain things. Like, yeah, you can pause, but it doesn't go action by action, which makes a huge difference.
Tread lightly.
Gotta take all the stuff. Let's go through what we picked up. I think we gotta get some good stuff in there. Momentum. The village +2 light hammer confirms critical hit with it. All members of the party are affected with the equivalent of the haste spell. Oh, nice. I can give you that just because it's an upgrade. They wear this Cloak of Resistance +2 wins a killing blow. They gain immunity in mind affecting kitchen for 3 rounds. We're going to give that to Nadra. Just because she's going to be our flat-out highest damage dealer. Do I have a cloak? You've got a cloak? You've got one? I think I'm gonna wanna give her a level of fighter. Just so she can wear armor. It's over this way. Is it just that army?
Our victory is certain!
Oh. This isn't good. Let's get him. Oh, okay. Charge this one.
Cover me!
Let's hear you cry!
Heal undead. Oh! It did not work out at all. Can't aim that? Man.
This will hurt!
No fear!
Okay, bolt him.
Attack!
I must be doing something wrong, because that's supposed to trip them.
Stab their backs.
Run them through!
Okay, what am I doing
No one
wrong here?
stands in my way.
Can attempt to trip your opponent. Okay. Oh, that's why. A trip maneuver against each target damaged by your infused blast. Yep, okay, that's why. Wasn't on. Point blank shot. Yeah, we're okay for right now. I want to gather everybody up.
Everyone counts on me.
Okay. And continue on. Yep, just that army. Nope. Well, might as well. Okay. Let's try and kill Hammer with magic. Okay. 4. try the magic on the water elemental. We're gonna wait for him to come to us. So the one thing to keep in mind with the Crusader combats is things work. Units basically fit into specific categories, damage and defense, primarily. There's some room in there. There's a little bit of wiggle room in there, but strictly speaking, the majority of units are going to do either really good damage or do a really good job of taking damage. Not both. It's rare that you find something kind of in that middle ground. After pacifying the elementals, the soldiers found the remains of a cultist sorcerer in the middle of a broken summoning circle. Despite his apparently outstanding magical power, he was unable to control the raging spirits he had brought into existence. His stiff fingers were clutching the horrendous flail he used as a weapon. But yeah, so units typically either do good damage or can take damage really well. Not usually both. So the trick is to kill off the units that do good damage first, so that when you get engaged by the rest, which are the damage units that can take damage really well, they're not dishing out damage. They're not dishing out good damage, and you're able to focus fire them down. That's basically the trick I've used for the entire game. Doesn't always work that way. Like I said, there are some units that are exceptions, but generally speaking, it's a pretty good rule of thumb to go by. Also, oh, there's someone on the road. Get ready. Also, if you get the whenever you get the chance, archers are going to be your best units. They're squishy. They're incredibly squishy. They are literally glass cannons. But a stack of about 100 to 150 can take down most enemies with a single shot. So, Commander, we caught a suspicious lad on the road. He says he's an ally and he's desperate to talk to you. Who knows who he really is? The young man before you is trembling from his wounds and exhaustion. His boots are in tatters, and if he had any weapons or armor, he shed them along the way. His clothes are torn and his hair is wet, like he recently swam across a river. Blood oozes from the wounds on his chest and shoulders, and his skin is cracked and inflamed from the acrid water of the Worldwound. Commander, the man breathes heavily, and the words emerge as a whisper from his dry throat. My squad, ambushed, beyond the river. Help. Give our guest some water and something for his wounds. The knight's wounds heal and with the help of a magic potion. Taking a gulp of water, he catches his breath and snaps to attention and begins again. Yake your ankle, Hell Knight of the Order of the Godclaw, under the command of Paralictor Reginald Derange. Our squad is under attack by demons far surpassing their number. Without your assistance, we are lost. Hell Knights! They've supported the Crusaders more than once in our battles against the demons, despite their Irbith cringes, questionable reputation. We cannot abandon our allies in trouble. If they really are our allies, of course. It's just, Anivia looks Yanker over from head to toe. I kind of think this isn't a knight at all. A real Hell Knight would be skinned alive for losing his infamous black armor. What we see here is a stranger without rank or insignia who wants us to march to God knows where's. Gods know where, jeez. Kind of smells like a trap to me. Yaker, who is attacking you, and why can't you handle them on your own? Large creatures that attack from the air. Some are fighters, others are, at a guess, clerics with dangerous divine magic. They look like stone come to life. I'm almost certain they are gargoyles. They fell upon us from the sky while we were setting up camp and at our most vulnerable, and they caught our forces at partial strength. The Paralictor has dispatched some of our troops as scouting teams. The flying beasts didn't fight us. They just fell on us from the sky, grabbed our fighters, and either took them somewhere or threw them to their deaths. We were unprepared for that. Where is your squad now? Not far from here, beyond the river. It's not far for a single fighter who abandoned his armor and weapons, but we can't get across the river so easily. We'll have to take a detour. Even if we can save anyone, it will seriously delay our offensive on Dresden and will give the enemy a chance to prepare. What do my companions think? Your companions look at their guests suspiciously. Hell Knights, with allies like them, we've no need for enemies. If it suited them, they'd abandon us to the demons without a second thought. But we're not like them, are we? We have to save them. Looks like a trap to me. But even if he isn't lying, Dresden is our goal. If our offensive is delayed, we won't get another chance to retake the city. The Hell Knights are heartless executioners. Saving people from the claws of demons is a good cause in itself, but these people are doing everything they can to become just like the devils. Shellen, forgive me, but I fear we should leave the Hell Knights to their fate and continue our offensive on Dresden. Do you recall Prelate Hullrun? Well, picture an entire army of soldiers just like him. Do we need allies like that? If they die, I shan't shed a tear. We should help them, but only if they join our forces in return. We could use some fresh blood. Hell Knights? No, not for all the gold in the world. Don't you know what kind of people they are? One minute you're just going about your business. The next you're locked in stocks, and there's a butcher in black armor standing in front of you. I don't know who these knights are, but if there are people suffering out there, then of course we have to help. It's what we came here to do, isn't it? The crow on her shoulder creaks, resolutely supporting her words. Huh? What? Nania blinks a few times, baffled. The question has no scientific significance. What's interesting is how the water in the river poisoned by the Worldwound will affect this boy. With your permission, I'd like to examine him, or his corpse, in a few days' time. We'll take the risk and try to help them. Thank you, Commander. Our forces are here. The knight points out the location on your map. The situation is critical. Please send reinforcements as soon as possible. I will go ahead and meet you there. Okay, well, funnily enough. Oh, mysterious elf. A wounded elf, huh? Well, there are lots of wounded in Kenabres. Who wounded him? In what way? Anivia appears relaxed, even nonchalant, but her eyes gleam attentively, and her hands, as if by coincidence, are resting on her belt next to her weapon. How should I know? It must have been demons. If the wound was serious, I doubt he has fully recovered from it. Maybe if you could point me toward a healer, I could... The woman wrapped in rags all the way up to her eyes, turns around at the sound of your footsteps. Damn it! In a lightning-fast motion, Anivia knocks something from a woman's hand, an amulet that seemingly appeared out of nowhere. It falls to the ground and disappears in a flash of magic. What's the rush, sweetheart? Stay a while. The commander and me, we've got a couple questions for you. Anivia, who is this with you? Looks like a spy to me. Not the first time I'm seeing her in camp. Just snoops around, asking the soldiers this and that, and if you try to tail her, she darts behind a tent, and then she's nowhere to be seen. I've been hanging around here for a few hours, looking all bored, waiting for her to bite. And she did. Started to ask her questions, and then you came by, right on cue. With an unnerving smile, Anivia stares the woman, who maintains her grim silence, straight in the eye. All right, we're going to make you talk now, darling. Who do you work for? What did she want from you? Looking for some elf. Tall, not from Endiv, got wounded in Kenabres. No idea who it might be. Don't have anyone like that in the ranks. Anivia maintains an impenetrable expression. You won't escape this time. Who are you, and why are you hiding your face? You hear a heavy sigh come from under the shawl. Fine, you've got me. We'll talk. But not here. Leave me somewhere away from prying eyes. She is all yours, Commander. I caught her. I handed her over. And now, as they say, I wash my hands of this whole affair. What do you want from me, soldier? In an exasperated gesture, she rips the half-mask off her face, and you see her black skin and crimson eyes. It's Kaelissa, the elf you met in Kenabres. Why did you follow my army? To find someone. Kaelissa lets out a resigned huff. His masters want me dead, which means I will die sooner or later. After a pause, she narrows her eye and spits out. But that doesn't mean I'll lie down and accept my fate. I am no lamb to the slaughter, and I won't be waiting for a kindly executioner to come for me, knife in hand. Never again. Are you a spy? Her scarlet eyes flash defiantly, and she mutters through her teeth. I'm not going to hide it. I've come here to commit a violent and bloody act. But I do not serve the demons, and I won't do you or your forces any harm. Don't play coy. I need details. Why? Frowning skeptically, she gives you an appraising look. And what will you do with my story? Take it into account and pass your judgment? Kill me if you deem me a reprobate? Help the poor girl if you don't? Well, I haven't asked for your help, and your authority to judge me seems rather dubious. She's clearly lying to you, but it doesn't feel like the gal of someone plotting a crime. There's a slight hounded look to her eyes that makes her seem more like prey than hunter. I'll leave you be. She shrugs casually as if her fate had not been hanging in the balance just a moment ago. How nice of you, soldier. I met other elves who looked like you. They served the demons. And Amora's minions. The words escape her lips before she's able to stop them. Then she looks at you with visible irritation. One of Disgary's servants is a powerful elf by the name of Anamora. And those corrupted elves are her lackeys. Don't ask me how I know this or why my appearance is similar to theirs. I'm not your enemy, but if you see them, kill them without remorse. Don't call me soldier. I'm the commander of the crusade. She shrugs. Everyone's a soldier in a war. Generals and privates alike. I look at you and I see someone whose life is war and only war. That makes you a soldier. Alright, we're gonna let her go. I have to go. My gut tells me it's time I was leaving too. It's dangerous to stay here. Farewell, soldier. Cool. Okay. So we're going to sell... Oh, wait. We picked up anything good? I thought I picked up a bow. No? That's unfortunate. I thought I picked up a good bow. Oh. 5 and 4, but he has no dex. Give her a rapier. And a crossbow. Lan will give you a bow. Woljif. No. Darren. Socio. Oh, that's right, the flail. Will safely buy only non-good characters. Each time the wielder of this weapon lands a hit with it, the enemy has to pass a will saving throw or become affected with the equivalent of the Dominate Person spell for 1 round. Good character wields this weapon, they become permanently confused even if they unequip it. This effect can be removed by Remove Curse. Oh, there we go. And then I can give this to Socio. Finesse wielding. Can she... Oh, nice. Okay, cool. We'll give her the hammers then. Which means I'll give the... claw to you, and then I'll give you the rapier, and I'll give you buckler. Okay, I think that's the best I'm gonna get out of this. Oh wait, Ember can use bows, right? Oh, I don't want her using bows. She has a negative strength. What is this? Entrapping bow. Critical hit. D8 plus 1. Okay. All right. Show me what you have. I do like the equipment selection from this game much better than oh my god, I'm forgetting the name of the other game. Kingmaker. I feel like there's a lot more interesting items. Painful Remorse. +2 spiked heavy shield. Uses it for shield bash. Behaves like a vicious weapon. Do an extra 2d6 points of damage to the opponent and 1d6 points of damage to the wielder. This will probably be worth it if I ever get, what's her name, Draguda damage reduction. But for now, that's not. So Plus 1. No. It's for a blast plate. 7 and 5. Does it work for... No, you can't wear armor. You can't wear armor. Ironically, it's not good for any of my characters. No. Deals weapon damage to all adjacent enemies. This will be good for my main character. A lot of money, though. Mighty Fist, Agile Fist. Oh, I didn't want to go to the bottom. That's all the stuff I've sold him. Definitely want to get that, though. Okay. Alright. Medium or smaller creature, the target must pass a fortitude saving throw or suffer additional weapon damage. Oh, nice. Creature that is under any hex effect, it deals additional weapon damage. It would also be really good. Whenever the wielder uses Dazzling Display, all affected enemies suffer 1d8 sonic damage. I think this would make for an interesting build, or could make for an interesting build, but unfortunately it doesn't scale. It would still be really good damage, like, in general. Plate I'm currently wearing. I put it bigger. Oh, no, this would actually be a downgrade. Huh. How much money do I have? Okay. Ring protection +2. Go really well on... Where are you, Sensei? There you are. Armor +2. That works. The rings still work with armor, right? So against fire-based attacks. Okay, so we're gonna put that on me, and then we're gonna give the Ring of Flowing Water, or whatever it's called, to my witch. Okay. Hey, little one. They say you can do magic. An old silver-haired fighter sizes Ember up skeptically, apparently baffled to find such a young girl in the middle of the war. He's cradling his wounded arm, which has been hastily bandaged. Can you heal me?
Yes.
Of course. Ember whispers a spell and touches the bloody bandages. Thank you. That's so much better. The soldier rips off the blood-caked rags and strokes the healthy skin underneath. How old are you? You're only a child. I have a granddaughter at home just like you. Oh, little girl, how did you end up here? What are you doing here in the thick of it with us? Ember gives him a light-hearted smile. I'm just like you. I came to the thick so the thick wouldn't come to the other kids. Like your granddaughter. Well, I'll be. So little, and yet more courage than some officers. The old man runs his rough hand over her hair, and she smiles at him again. The crow on her shoulder rubbed its head on his hand like a cat. Talking takes a load off my mind. I reckon it's not just my arm you healed. The soldier leaves, shaking his head pensively. Ember waves happily, and then turns around and notices you. Hi! Do they often come to you for help like this? Ember shrugs. Demons keep hurting them. I keep healing them. But you know, it's surprising. So many soldiers come to me. They say I bring them comfort, that I give them strength. But I don't do anything like that at all. I only talk to them nicely. I'm just a feather-brained little girl. What if something I say is wrong? Maybe I should keep quiet. But I can tell that my words make them feel better. I guess I'm confused. Yeah, we're cynical. Your words really help people, but not everyone deserves help. Don't you waste your powers on the unworthy. But how can you tell who's worthy of what? What are you worthy of? Or me? How can I judge others if I don't even know about myself? Okay. So we're going to take a rest, and then we're going to go save the Hell Knights.
Pearls of wisdom from Brother Woljif. If you're gonna be napping dogs, go for the smaller ones. The smaller the pup, the bigger the ransom.
I have no idea what the heck that means. Doesn't even sound accurate to me. Oh, we can recruit more soldiers. Same ones? Okay. So clearly I can't search for more units. Okay, let me go back to characters. Nameless Runes. Can I get there? I think I'm blocked by the fort right here. Yeah, I'm blocked by the fort. Which means... Okay, so we're gonna go do the Nameless Runes over here with Nenio.
I'll just have to resort
None
to brute
shall
force.
escape.
What are you doing? There we go. Turn that back on. He does good damage. So we'll take Nanio instead of Ruby. And we'll go do her side quest. Oh, someone's on the road. Also, I don't think that's the way to get there. Oh! Is this... Oh, that's a good
We're ready
point.
to
I should
move out.
probably... Spells. Cast it on yourself. Actually, I'm going to take a minute while I have her here. Can do a large person. We'll just do magic missiles. Do a creep pit. Do some corpse. And we'll fill this up with mirror images. We'll do spiked pit. Do a couple fireballs. Haste. 2 battering blasts. Okay. Not that she's gonna be able to use any of these, but
I'm gone.
I'm losing my temper.
We will be victorious!
I'm gonna be able to get it off.
I'll remove this obstacle. I'll loot your corpse.
Nice.
So it comes
Let's go,
to
Sensei.
this. Let's hear you cry.
Okay. So it is attempting the trip maneuver to just fail.
A calculated risk.
Aim carefully.
Oh. Oh wow. I missed. That's a shock. That's not.
You're irrelevant. You're dead.
Thanks. Go ahead and charge him. Yeah. There we go.
This
And we will
should
reach,
do
but
it.
Forwards!
You should have listened to reason. Cover me.
okay. That went surprisingly easy. Come to camp if you want to talk. I have much to share with you. A friend. Drawn on the back of the note is a map with crossed lines marking a spot. Don't need to pick this stuff up. Okay, this isn't the encounter I thought it was. Okay, we're gonna exit. Take all the stuff. I do take anything I can, just because you can use money to get materials and whatnot for you can buy finance points and material points with the actual gold that you have for the crusade. So in the early parts of the game, before you've captured a bunch of the stuff,
accept their statement.
keeping up with the amount of stuff that you need is actually kind of a struggle. So
A solid plan.
yeah, it adds a little bit of tedium to it, but it allows me to get the funds that I need for a number of things.
Stab their backs. I'll remove this obstacle.
Run them through!
Didn't even need to trip him. Man,
You've made your choice.
Attack!
I knew Kenabres this would be fun. I didn't realize it was going to be this fun.
Let's try this way.
I'll to your place.
I'm not sure I'd ever make my main character Kineticist. I know that you get a lot of additional benefits out of some of the mythic paths, like Azada.
Follow my steps.
But like, there are other ways of outputting really good damage and still being, still having a decent level of survivability. So, I think the only thing I'll ever run a kineticist for is a mercenary.
Be careful, everyone.
No fear!
Can you reach the others or not? Perfect.
Out of my way!
Oh, seriously? Oh no. Let's turn it off and take out
Your
the
death.
Okay, and we'll leave.
This will hurt.
I don't think is she gonna be able to damage anything with this?
You're irrelevant.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought that wasn't gonna damage them.
To brute force! Die!
Yeah, let's have her kill the archers. Or keep trying to kill the archer. Oh, he's going for main character. That's fine.
Aim
We'll kill this
carefully.
one. We'll try to. Oh! Wow. He's a little tankier than I thought he would be.
Risk. Mind over muscle.
Okay.
So it comes to this! Let's hear you
Let's trip this one.
cry!
Oh.
Stab their back.
Let's see, we should be able to finish that archer off. Oh, wow. Okay. Can we get... There we go. Need to pause for a minute, heal up a little bit. Oh my god. I'm always amazed at how often I roll the lowest possible rolls.
I sense time to practice my combat abilities.
I'll remove this obstacle.
Forwards!
I don't think this is gonna work because they're flying, but let's find out. Yeah. They're just immune to it.
I'll
Jeez.
You've made your choice.
This should do it.
Man, my team is just crack shot. Holy crap. I should probably up the difficulty. Actually,
I shall not fail.
hang on for a second.
I'm up for an adventure.
Attack bonus making flurry blows. Stunning fist. Okay, we're gonna add this, and we're gonna add that. Oh! Hardly matters.
There's something unusual.
Let's head out.
All this waiting bores me. Out of my way!
Enemy approaching!
And fails? Okay. How do we do? Flat-footed 29. Oh, you just need to have better.
You should have listened to reason.
Wait. Wait.
Your death awaits.
Wait. Oh. We're gonna have you wait.
A solid plan.
Cover me.
Ghoul Huntmaster.
No fear!
This is probably gonna hurt, but yeah, that's what I thought.
Hashan saw between.
Wait. Oh. Okay, I see what's going on. I didn't notice the visual before, but
The end!
okay, we're gonna wait.
Stab their backs.
Yes. We're going to use it again. End your turn. I'm just gonna
I'll loot your corpse. I always have the upper hand.
let's disarm these traps.
I'm the best. Success.
Ooh. Stuff.
Success.
Okay. Remnants of the Ghoul's Feast.
It is finished.
Scattered remains are sickening to look upon. The ghouls clearly ate their fill. Fortunately, they were not interested in the jewelry left on the bodies. So what did we? Ring protection plus 2. Okay, I guess I'm gonna give it to you then, because you keep getting targeted. That'll be good for Rui. And what else did I pick up? Damage against compulsion and disease effects. Okay. Well, there you go. Demon Plague. Doesn't someone have
Focus on the goal.
remove disease? Or did I not take that because I didn't think I was going to need it? Well, shoot. And let's give him one of the lower ones. Protection from evil. And bless.
We should prepare.
Knowledge is the key
road
to
awaits.
victory. Does anyone require my
Let us bide our time. Our duty calls.
Never stop learning.
No time for debates.
Can I finish that charge? There we go.
Your death awaits. Mind over muscle.
Let's hear you cry.
Get you into the action.
Cover me.
I'll just have to resort to brute force.
You're irrelevant.
Run them through!
Oh, it missed.
Attack!
Oh, wow.
Let's try this way.
Oh, man, I am on a roll.
Stab their backs.
Well, that was weird.
So it comes to this.
Skipped her animations. Let's just turn it off. Oops. Outside.
Let us be careful.
Let's see where this leads. Wait. That's where I came from. Did I explore the entirety of the thing? Oh, okay. I did explore the whole thing. Right? Yep, that was it. Okay.
Everyone counts on me.
They should have known better.
Oh, wow.
I'll loot your corpse.
Out of my way! You've made your choice.
Okay.
You should have listened to reason.
This will hurt.
Your death awaits.
Oh.
Die!
Come on, dude.
No fear!
Aim carefully.
I'm the best.
I sense something.
Success.
And that is why perception is overpowered in this game.
What's that glitter?
The heck? Ghoul corpses as if they simply laid down and died of their own accord. Actually, let's see. What do we got going on here? I do not remember this. Although, actually,
gone.
have I been here before? The absence of an answer is an answer too. I am the question, or I am the answer, but what is the question? The absence of an answer is an answer too. Runes are so ancient that it is impossible to tell which civilization was responsible for their construction. I am the answer, but what is the question? An elf woman in a frayed robe turns her head to you and stares at you through the slits of her simple white mask. Then she holds out her hand and touches the ancient statue. The absence of an answer is an answer too. Hey, wait, where are you going? Spontaneous dematerialization is unscientific. Nenia touches the statue and suddenly freezes. Following her example, you put your hand on the statue, and the world around you ceases to exist. You are a lone grain of sand floating in the emptiness of the unknown. Your path has no beginning and no end. You are tiny and insignificant in comparison with the cosmos that surrounds you. But then something changes. The emptiness takes notice of you. It stares at you and measures and assesses you. Then a question comes. As simple and as deep as the emptiness itself. Who are you? I am Zalelch. The name you uttered, that seemed so powerful and proud, rings through the emptiness. Then the silence comes bleak and oppressive. The emptiness still awaits your answer. I am... Do you want to say your name? But what is it? Just a set of sounds that you use to associate with yourself. You are Zalelch? Who decided this? Oh, who decided this is who you are? Your parents? Yourself? Someone else? A name is just a label you take voluntarily. What happens if you tear this label off? What hides behind the name Zalelch? Behold the truth. Open yourself to knowledge. Reveal yourself. You hear a stifled cough nearby. I am...
Nenio. You hear me? You voice from nowhere or whatever you are?
Where Nenio used to be, you now see an unfamiliar kitsune curled up tight on the ground. Nenio, is that you?
I am Nenio, the greatest scientist of the modern age, and you are my loyal follower. Why are you asking me such a pointless question?
You're a kitsune.
It appears your observation is correct. I am a kitsune. If my hypothesis is correct, and the probability of that is close to 100%, I have always been a kitsune, but at some point I decided to forget that piece of knowledge. Following this line of reasoning, it would seem the fact of my membership of a certain race just doesn't seem relevant to me. Also, there is a more important question. Why did my true identity reveal itself in this precise moment?
How could you forget that you were a kitsune?
This question is irrelevant in the current situation. If you wish, you can ask me about it later. If you believe that I've been keeping my true identity a secret on purpose, you are mistaken. I have no interest in your causes, your battles, or your secrets, if you have any. All I need from you is your assistance with my experiments. And with this.
Nenio sweeps her hand in a wide circle, gesturing at the statues around you. What was that? I found myself in emptiness, and a voice asked me
I
questions.
suppose it was a trap that yanked our minds out of our plane and temporarily transferred us to another one. I wish I knew which plane. By the way, did you know that the most efficient way to disarm a corridor's worth of magical traps is with the help of a scientist who has been told that the formula for an elixir of the ancient races lies hidden at the end of said booby-trapped corridor?
Whose voice do you think it was?
I haven't the slightest idea. But it is most definitely an extremely wise entity. Besides, the entity displayed no aggressive tendencies, which gives us hope that it can be reasoned with.
So, what do you think about that?
The voice in the emptiness asked me, and judging by your reaction, you too, who I am. And merely stating my name failed to satisfy it. The trap then forced me to assume my true form, which I had completely forgotten about. I suppose this trap wasn't a trap per se. It rather was a closed portal leading to some hidden place that can easily unveil secrets and reveal the truth. The one who spoke to us seemed to solve me like a riddle, in an instant, just by looking at me. I would like to meet this entity. Can you imagine which secrets it can unravel? I want to speak to it, and you, my follower, must help me. But how can you get there? If there is a door, there must be a way to open it. If there's a lock, there must be a key to it. There is an inscription here, right on the statue. I am the void and the emptiness. I am the starting point. I am infinite. Tear my mask off and let it fall at my feet. I don't understand this at all. How thrilling!
Sounds like a riddle.
It does. It really does. I love riddles and puzzles.
How do we solve it?
Each of them is inscribed with a riddle, and each demands that something be placed at its feet. I guess we need some items that represent the answers to these riddles. But don't ask me where we should look for them.
Maybe we should ask one of these geysers?
I don't think they can help us. Looks like all they can do is mumble their mantra about questions and answers.
Why are you so sure that the unknown entity behind the mysterious portal would even want to talk to us?
I'm not sure at all, but we must try. We simply must. Getting there and talking with this entity will be the greatest of my experiments. No exaggeration.
A portal that leads to the unknown could be dangerous.
The Worldwound is dangerous. Walking under a hanging icicle is dangerous. Even choking on a chunk of badly chewed food can lead to a fatal outcome after all. Living is dangerous. But what is danger compared to knowledge?
Looks like there's nothing more we can do here now.
With deepest regret, I have to admit that you are right. It's highly unlikely that we'll be able to solve this riddle right here and now. We'll have to temporarily withdraw so we can return when we're armed and ready.
I am the end of the road, I am superiority, I am loneliness. Tear my mask off and let it fall at my feet. Oh, is that what those were for? The sand looks utterly unremarkable apart from its inexplicable presence here, among the ruins and the woodland.
Follow my steps.
Okay. Okay. Pretty sure that reset it, so... Ah. No? Shoot. I'm just gonna look this up. There we go. What is... Okay, now I'm annoyed. What's the like, how do you get that? Where's the clue? Alright, what is this? The wearer of this headband has the ability to channel positive energy, increases the amount of damage this ability does to undead creatures or heals to living creatures by 2d6. Okay, well that's getting sold.
Let's head out.
I did forget that the channel phylacteries are positive and negative, so... Wait, I missed something. You know what? I was gonna say there's no way it can be worth it, but it might be something good. So how did I miss that? It was literally nothing. Oh, that's great. Okay, this is actually really cool. Look at that draw distance. Holy crap. That is so good. I like how my character names sound like something out of an anime, but the reality is I just had the RNG randomly create the names, and then went with the ones I felt didn't sound terrible. So, okay, we're getting tired. Nope, we're gonna go back to camp to do that first. Okay, before we rest, I was going to go over here, but since I need to get past that fort, that's going to take priority. So gargoyles are an excellent example of what I was talking about before with the, they either take damage or deal damage really well. Also, they're flying, so they can ignore the terrain aspects. Gargoyles don't do very good damage, but they are incredibly tanky. And there's the example on our end. The shield bearers can take hits really well, but their damage is almost non-existent. Also, I could easily whittle this down, but that would just take a long time, so I'm going to expend some of my general's energy to help with that. I think everyone's normal attack should be enough to finish this, right? Or not quite. Yeah, not quite. That's okay. One more round. And there we go. So I had a general, but the general didn't do anything. Okay. Crossbow of Judgment. Advantage of fighting against melee opponents. You guys are gonna keep going on this one. Oh, double attack. So there's a chance for them to take 2 actions back to back. You can affect that later on in the campaign, but for now it's just a tiny percentage chance of that happening. Morale does increase that, but it's almost negligible, and you want to keep morale up for other reasons, not just that. So, a corpse in a tattered scout's cape, bearing the emblem of the Crusade, was leading the undead squad. He battled on until he ran out of bullets and desperately tried to conceal his crossbow with his own body, even when the soldiers were hacking off his limbs. Yeah, it was like Dresden's north, right? So... Okay, I think I've got a decent enough sized army to try and take that on. A little scary, but it should be okay. Okay, so we'll go back to the characters. Inner camp. What? Where's Ruby? There she is. Okay. +2 crossbow has a critical range reduced to 20 whenever it threatens a critical hit against an evil arcana creature, automatically confirmed. Oh. I guess I'll just give that to her then, ironically. Oh man. And Dayrin can channel, so we'll give him that. I think that's the only stuff I picked up, right? Yep, that's it. Okay.
Let us be careful.
Coming back to Wilser, we're gonna sell that, and we're gonna book sell. Ooh, 400 gold. Yeah, we're just gonna sell. No, I'll hold on to those ones. Hold on to those two. What we got here? Reduced prison. So, remove paralysis. Remove sickness. Oh wait, wasn't. What else we got? Show the faith with drop. So that, and we're done. We're gonna rest. Oh, wait. I should have... forgot I can do it this way. I don't understand. I thought I was supposed to... remove sickness. Remove disease. There we go. Oh, I guess he didn't have a sickness on him. It was a disease. Sickness is that condition, I guess. I didn't think about that. How evil does a person have to be for a paladin to be able to detect the evil within them? Can a paladin use their magic sense, for instance, minor irritation or latent sympathy for demons? I don't know what to tell you, friend, but I think everybody can sense when another person is irritated. Everybody except you, that is. Okay, so we're dropping Nenio. We're going to pick up Rui. I've known my foot. Okay, we're gonna take a minute here. We're gonna
Learn
buff
from
up.
their mistakes before they learn from yours.
Stay on your
Battles
toes.
await.
No one stands in my way. I am prepared. All this waiting bores me.
Looks like the Helmet continued to fight the gargoyle even from the air. They both fell to the rocks and perished. That's some brave shit. Commander, come here, quickly! From the mountain you see a raided camp and two groups of warriors, one wearing white and yellow armor and the other in black. They are led by a tall man in white priest robes. Some of the warriors glance around fretfully, their weapons shaking in their hands. You hear the screams of the gargoyles from above. The beasts are approaching the camp.
Quickly, evacuate the wounded. The beasts are about to strike again. Use cloaks as stretchers. We've got to make it through. Paralictor, your people will have to cover us while...
2 more minutes left out in the open, and neither you nor I will have any troops left to order about, Crusader.
But the wounded...
Problem solved. Retreat to shelter.
If the man in white has anything further to add, his wounds are drowned out by the shrieks of gargoyles as they fall from the sky. So, like, the Paralector will lead the unit to shelter. We need to get through to them. So as terrible as, like, what he did is, killing those guys, I'm, like, in a... And this is why I enjoy the character so much. From a logical standpoint, like, you can't argue with what he did, right? Staying there and helping those wounded is just going to get everybody killed. But you also... Oops. We're going to stop. But you also don't want to leave your...
I shall not fail.
Everything has a price.
Time's not.
leave your wounded to
Pieces!
just be, you know, toyed with by the gargoyles. So... You're doing everyone a favor.
Cover me!
But you wouldn't think so. Wow, yeah.
I'll just have to resort to brute force.
A calculated risk.
Okay, I'm enjoying Cleve a lot more than I thought I would. So...
Let's hear you cry.
Ah.
Out of my way!
Stab their backs.
Tread lightly.
Time to rob them of their treasures.
Fiendish gargoyle magic, huh?
Die!
I'll loot your corpse. Feel that?
Run them through.
Why do I have one burn? Oh, I missed.
This should do it.
So did you get it? Which is kind of sad.
Let's hear you cry!
Here we go, doing a little better.
Your death awaits.
Oh, you gotta be... Look at this! Look at these numbers I'm rolling. Jeez.
So it comes to this. Out of my way.
Forwards!
Oh, you've got to be kidding
Let's
me.
try this way.
And this is the stuff that gets me killed. Not because I have bad builds, not because I have bad strategies, but literally because the dice hate me.
Cover me.
Okay.
I'm gone.
The sight before you is at once macabre and picturesque. A lifeless couple, a man and a woman dressed in white and yellow priest robes, lie on the ground surrounded by the bodies of dead gargoyles. They are tangled in death. The claws of the monsters are tearing at the human's clothes, and the largest gargoyle's talons has pierced the man's chest and punctured his heart. But before he died, he or his companion defeated the enemy. Suddenly, the woman opens her eyes. She doesn't look at you, but stares up at the Worldwound's horrific red and black sky. Her pale lips open, and she exhales abruptly. The sun will never rise again. Even the sky here is cursed, and we along with it. Yaker, walking in the front, steps over the man's body without looking, but turns around at the sound of the woman's voice. The Mendevian faithful break too easily. You need help. You'll feel better now. The woman pushes her away with a weak gesture. Expend your efforts on someone who can be helped. Leave me. My crusade is over. Who are you? What happened here? I'm a priestess of Ardent Serenray from the Order of the Sunrise Sword. Next to me is Ashes Strager, the head of our order. Sorrowful pride sounds in the woman's voice. He has led our forces on raids to the Worldwound many times, but this campaign... The gargoyles attacked a few nights ago. A vast number. We've never seen anything like it. Ashes organized our resistance with great skill, but while the monsters were distracting our fighters, a small group of them raided the camp and took our supplies. We were left without food and water in the middle of the Whirlwind, where it's nearly impossible to find provisions. We shared the last crumbs of our supplies and set off back the way we came. Everyone was suffering from hunger and thirst. We grew weak and could barely fight back when the gargoyles struck a second time. They snatched many of us away. I saw the pain on Ash's face as he counted the losses, but he managed to rally us. We continued our trek and soon came across the traces of a recent battle. Someone had destroyed a troop of demon worshippers. In our desperation, we decided to follow the strangers, to warn them of the gargoyles, and seek their help, having no idea that they were Hell Knights. But we received only scorn. Every gulp of water in my unit is accounted for, they said. They spared us 2 flasks and a sack of dried bread. They said we were allowed to keep the sack to use as bandages. 2 flasks between all of us. A sack for bandages. What happened after that? The gargoyles attacked. Despite how the Hell Knight Paralector had treated us, Ashes endeavored to help them and had us carry their wounded. But that monster had them slaughtered. Ashes was beside himself. It's difficult to conceive of such evil. He told our people to go with the Hell Knights to find shelter while he and I stayed to cover our retreat. The woman exhaled softly. He was a strong cleric, but as he treated our wounded, he neglected himself, and he paid for it. Your commander can't be helped, but you're still alive. Allow me to help you and come with us. The woman looks at you wistfully. Why? So many deaths, so many sacrifices, such bravery. All for what? No, I will not go with you, stranger. My commander and I will die by what we lived for, compassion and nobility. I don't want to keep fighting for a world that bows to such laws. May the goddess forgive me. Farewell. The woman closes her eyes, exhausted. Yaker shakes her head. Commander, I'm not one to advise you, but you're wasting your time on this fool, and the gargoyles will soon be back. That's their usual tactics. Fly up, regroup, attack again. I'm going back to my unit now, and I'd advise you not to stay here long either. Even after the attack, the tents of the Hell Knight camp are lined up neatly, looking like they're ready for a parade.
The time for words has passed. Die!
Stab their backs. Out of my way!
You've made your choice.
This will hurt.
A solid plan.
Let's hear you cry.
cleric.
I'll loot your corpse. Die!
No fear!
A calculated risk.
Attack!
Run them through!
Jeez. When he hits like a truck.
Your death awaits.
Oh.
Let's hear you cry.
I'll just have to resort to brute force.
This should do it.
Aim carefully.
Okay, I need to get rid of this one.
Cover me.
I was gonna say. Very upset.
Run them through.
So it comes to this.
Let's try this way.
I thought cleave was a waste of a feat. I'm thoroughly shocked at how often I've used it. No, kind of regret not getting it in other playthroughs.
Stab their backs.
Holy crap, my character is surprisingly tanky, considering I didn't specifically build him that way.
You've made your choice.
This will hurt.
Let's hear you cry.
Loot your corpse.
I can only imagine the like a shock on that guy's face. Oh.
Follow my steps.
Success.
Let's pose.
Demonic energy has polluted the earth, creating tumors filled with poison. Whoa.
Let's head out.
Into the cave.
Knight Commander, I presume. Your glory precedes you. I am Reginald de Renge, Paralictor of the Order of the Godclaw, contemporary officer of the joint unit of Hell Knights and the Order of the Sunrise Sword. You and your people should take positions. The gargoyles are regrouping. We expect they will attempt to break through in 5 to 6 minutes.
A joint unit?
Forcibly joint. The leader of the Order of the Sunrise Sword was unable to get to safety, which is not surprising, considering his, shall we say, excessive scrupulousness and sluggishness. Given the extreme situation, I took command of his people.
It's supposed to be good when different people unite. We're here for a common cause. But it still gives me the creeps for some reason. Hell Knights shouldn't be allowed to get their claws into our paladins. It's wrong.
I saw you ordered your own wounded to be finished off.
Indeed. The
Indeed.
gargoyles were clearly trying to capture as many prisoners as they could. I don't know the reason behind these abductions, but I'm not about to give the enemy what they want. That is why all my people were ordered not to be taken alive. And as for the wounded, we didn't have time to get them to safety anyway.
Did you really just give 2 flasks of water to the Knights of the Sunrise Sword suffering from thirst and a sack to use as bandages? Standing behind his commander, Yeager rolls his eyes.
I spared them the exact volume of resources I could sacrifice without risking my own people. However, the situation has developed, and I've already ordered they be given additional supplies. They are temporarily under my charge, and I can use their forces to rebuff the attack. They'll work for their water.
Vigil raises his voice and speaks emphatically, ignoring a whisper from a group of Knights of the Sunrise Sword. He seems to be reiterating his position for their benefit. Sometimes you must act first and deal with the consequences later. Sacrifice nothing and you will gain nothing.
Noble Ashes and his Sunrise Swords have already done so. This is what it led to.
Rigel's harsh words cause a whisper among the Knights in white and yellow. We need to get rid of the gargoyles, then we'll talk.
Agreed. Be ready, Commander. This attack may be worse than the last one.
Our victory is certain!
Run them through!
Is he really just gonna go up and punch him?
Forwards!
Your death awaits.
Oh, they've got it down there. I need
A calculated risk.
to save my back line. Put him to sleep? Okay, we can. He saved it. Or he saved out of it. Which is fine.
Out of my way!
A son of a rat!
Yenker's crazy.
Cover me.
I don't see any more of them coming.
This should
up.
do it.
They got it. Move my support tank into a good position. Can't believe I missed that. Seriously.
Die!
Yeah, no, they've got that. I'll take this side. Can't believe all he needs is a 2. Jeez.
Stab their backs.
Nice. There we go.
No fear!
Regil 2? Jeez.
Let's hear you cry.
There we go. Nicely done, guys. Oh, there's more! Well, we're fine up top, so hoping you guys can hold out. Missed, seriously. And not just a miss, a critical miss.
I'll loot your corpse.
Let's come back down here to try and help out. Oh, nice. Yeah,
Run
since
them
you're
through.
Ooh, missed. That's not good. Sure, yeah, they're on it. Regil is about to go down. Wait, how is he immune to energy?
Attack!
Your death awaits.
Yeah, let's go for the cleric.
Resort to brute force.
Nice job, Vigil. There we go. Attaboy.
Out of my way!
Ugh. Ooh, nice hit.
Out of my way.
Now, if my guys could
Aim
take a
carefully.
lesson from me. Alright, it's just that, so I'm gonna turn over.
I'm the best.
We're still alive. Praised be Saren Ray.
Let us be
How
careful.
the fuck did you get over here?
Tread lightly.
Okay, real quick. What did we pick up? Bastard Sword of Hope. Oh, yeah, I actually wanted to make a build around having two of these. You have to be lawful or good to wield it, though. So it's definitely not going to work in this group. Give me that ring. We'll give you this one. Venom Inspired Wisdom. Yep. Okay. Put that on you. And do I have headband? Yeah. Go ahead and put that on you. Alright. There's Rachel. Rachel grossly stows his weapon and places his hands behind his back. You two. Check the area. Mark any potential shelters that offer protection against aerial attacks. Quartermaster, inventory the remnants of the camp. I want to make sure that the gargoyles only abducted people and weren't interested in anything else. Send messengers immediately to our scout squads and order them to return to camp. And I need a full list of casualties. The sooner, the better. He turns to you and nods slightly. Commander, your arrival was well timed. Now we can finally talk. I am quite interested in the events that occurred at the Grey Garrison, and I suppose you have questions for me as well. What do you want to know about what happened at the Grey Garrison? Any shift in balance of power during this war has a direct impact on my mission. If a new player appears who is capable of fighting off demons effectively, then I am ready to support that person with all the resources I have at my disposal. Vigil speaks pensively, as if talking to himself, but naturally, I cannot blindly trust a stranger, even one marked by the gods. The god blessed me with an incredible gift, and Queen Galfrey put me at the helm of the crusade, but that's not enough for you, is it? The will of the gods cannot and shall not be replace our sound judgment, and the whims of the Queen of Mendev are no consequence at all. Oh, excuse me. Rigel stops for a moment thinking. Is there anything you'd like to know before we move on to more serious issues? What are Hell Knights doing here within the borders of the Worldwound? The same as you and your army, fighting against the demons. The Hell Knights have always been a part of the Crusades from the very beginning. We don't answer to Queen Galfrey, and we act on our own authority, but we serve the common cause. Discari's spawn have no place in our world we want to build. Rigel barks out the final words. What does Paralictor mean? I am the commander of this unit, and in the Order's hierarchy I am 2 steps lower than its leader. In the territory of Mendev and the Worldwound, there are few who are equal my rank, but I am the most senior Hell Knight officer from many leagues around. What are you going to do now after the gargoyle attack? I will wait for my remaining fighters to return. What you see here is only a small part of my forces. As for my long-term plans, that depends on our conversation, Commander. Reginald narrows his eyes. Before we move on to serious subjects, I'd like to address an organizational issue regarding my unit. You may wish to be present. Yeager steps forward and salutes with a clenched fist to his heart. Paralictor, permission to report. During the first gargoyle attack, I determined it necessary to leave my post. I swam over the river, found the commander's army, and asked them to provide assistance. Reginald nods. The reinforcements were much needed. You will earn a double salary for your resourcefulness, Yeager, and 100 lashes for abandoning your post. The young knight grows a little pale, but immediately salutes again. Yes, Paralictor. I wonder if it's foolish to overly harsh to punish Yeager for leaving his post when he did it to bring help. It would be foolish and harsh, but entirely lawful, to execute him for desertion. Reginald peers at Yeager with his pale yellow eyes. Did you know the location of the commander's squad, Knight? No, Paralictor. I assumed I might meet friendly troops on the other side of the river, but I couldn't know for sure. You see, Commander? Of course, I could be gracious and look the other way. But that would mean that during the next battle, 10 or 20 of my people will think it's high time they ran to get help. Initiative requires reasonable limits. Not to mention, 100 lashes is hardly a punishment for a true Hell Knight. I'd say it's more of a spiritual warm-up. Yeager gives you a serious look. Thank you for your concern, Commander, but I do not wish to evade fair punishment. I wouldn't be a Hell Knight if I did. Regil, who has watched you closely throughout the entire conversation, nods to himself. Now, for a more delicate issue. You, Commander, were interested in our dispute with the Knights of the Order of the Sunrise Sword, correct? Their forces in Kenabres suffered great losses in the demon attack, and now their leader has perished and his troops are in trouble. They are reeling with no command structure. Their order will hardly be able to recover from the losses they've suffered. What are you getting at? These fighters aren't the funnest material I've worked with, but if I assume formal command over them, I'll be able to reforge them into weapons of reasonable quality. One or two might even become true Hell Knights. The rest will be put to good use. Do you really think these people will follow you after how you've treated them? Though not the best, they are still warriors and knights. They know what discipline is, and that victory in war doesn't come without cost. Any among them who still haven't realized that they aren't worth my time and effort. What does this have to do with me? A spark flashes in Reginald's pale yellow eyes. I suppose, Commander, that for leagues around, from Kenabres to Dresden, and from Dresden to the cursed city of Iz, at the heart of the Worldwound, all of this pertains to you in one way or another. You are the catalyst that shifted an age-old balance of power. Whether you meant to or not, your own future, and much more, depends on the decisions you make here and now, even the ones that seem insignificant. No one but them has the right to decide their fate. Talk to them directly and get your answer. Rigel looks at the warriors in white and yellow, shifting cheerlessly from one foot to another. Initiates of the Sunrise Sword, your leader is dead. The Order has suffered serious losses and will not be able to recover. You may return to Mendiv to join another Crusade Order and hope that they don't meet the same fate as the Sunrise Sword. Or you may remain under my command. I will not promise that it will be easy, or that our war-making will be constricted by your principles. What I can promise is this. Under my command, you will never again feel like helpless mice in the talons of a ravenous raptor. Does that mean we've worked off the precious resources you spent on us? The water, medicine, and bandages, yells one of the knights in white and yellow. I wouldn't make such an offer if I thought you were useless garbage. Initiates of the Sunrise Sword consult with each other for a time, and then one of them, a young man in a knight's armor, steps forward. Thank you for your trust, Paralictor. We will stay and are ready to obey your orders. Fine. In due course, I will review your troops and make any necessary decisions regarding your role and my unit. Regil turns to you. And now, Commander, for the most important issue, cooperation between our forces. We do have a common enemy and a common battlefield. My army and I are going to Dresden to help free the city from demons. You can join forces with us. Regil rubs his chin pensively. Dresden. An ambitious goal, but most reasonable. Imagine how such a victory would rally all the separate bands of today's Crusaders under one banner, and we certainly need a base of operations inside the Worldwound. I stand ready to support you. Moreover, I can accompany you in your campaign. However, I would remind you that Hell Knights are outside of Mendev's jurisdiction. My unit and I will join your forces and obey your orders, but only for as long as I deem that our goals coincide. It's a deal. Yes, Commander. My forces and Regil Derange are at your disposal. And we're going to send him back to camp. Oh, I also didn't know, or I didn't realize until after, but that was an Easter egg. The guy did the Praise the Sun thing from whatchamacallit? Dark Souls. But I haven't played the game, so I only know about it because of memes. Which is why I didn't realize it at first. Oh, that's right. I got some stuff. Right? Didn't I get some items? I thought I got some items. Oh no, I equipped items. That's what that was. Okay. Dance Meadow. Conundrum unsolved. Bruce supposed to come down here afterwards. Let's go kill this army. This might go badly. So they are quite likely to get into my back line. Because they're flying. So I need to whittle them down as much as possible. Okay, good. They're engaging the front line. That's what I was worried about. Gonna get some serious use out of my infirmary. Nice. Okay. That went a lot better than it could have. After driving away a swarm of demonic flies, the Crusaders discovered the remains of an unfortunate group of Mendevian knights. Their leader had a ball joker that emblazoned an emblem recognized by one of the soldiers. It was the crest of the infamous fallen knight, Malander Lindis. Okay, so we leveled up again. Oh, there we go. Cure Wounds. Very important spell. Cool. Great. Nicely done. And I got a breastplate +2, which will work really well on... No, you can't wear it. Okay. None of my characters are going to be wearing it. I keep forgetting about that thing. Oh well. We'll switch back to characters. Okay. Yep, Moondance Meadow. Yeah, might as well. We're gonna begin resting. Is it this the one I'm thinking of was the crazy hard encounter? Yep, this is the one that nearly...
Battles await.
that wrecked me. Okay, we're gonna reduce person.
No
We're
mistakes.
gonna bless.
Let us
Shield.
bide our time.
You mage armor, I'm gonna put mage armor on you.
Ready for anything.
Oh. And that's not gonna happen.
Let's move already.
Okay.
Dispatch those fools!
Oh man.
Cover me!
Well, he's flat-footed. So, wait, never mind. That's not that bad.
Forwards! No contest.
Did I just crit him? I did. Oh man. How much damage did I do? Jeez.
Die! I shall survive this ordeal.
And it's a good thing they're only getting off one attack, because Smilodons get, like, I think 5. So this could be
Try this way.
truly terrible if I don't get them down quickly.
Stab their backs.
There we go.
The road awaits.
I know what to do. Tashani Savitur. Tashani Savitur. Tashani Savitur.
I'm gone.
Is that really it?
Follow my steps.
I guess that's really it. Okay. Got a bow out of that, so let's see what that is. King composite longbow. What are you currently using? So lose out on saves. Whereas, what is this? What is King? Threat range, doubles the threat range of the weapon. Doesn't so she crits on a 19 and 20 instead of just a 20. No, I'll stick with that. Can anyone else use the bow? Nope, no one else can really use it. Okay, well, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna go to Chili Creek.
They dare threaten me? I'll loot your corpse.
That will serve as an example. Let's hear you cry!
Let's hear you cry.
Oh.
Your death awaits.
She just took out 2 enemies in 1 round. Didn't even use all of her attacks. Oh, man.
Comes to this!
A solid plan.
Run them through!
Run them through. Cover me. I do things my way. Time's not waiting.
I also just realized why it took so long
Our duty.
for this party to heal up. Because normally what happens when you rest is they expend their spell slots to use all their healing spells and whatnot. But the game must not take into consideration the characters, this kind of a setup where you heal from negative energy. When you damage an opponent with a power attack, you may make an immediate persuasion check as a free action to attempt to demoralize your opponent. Yep, that's where we're going with. And we want... Yeah, we want blind fight. Okay, we're gonna take Rave Enfeeblement, actually. We can continue on. Chili Creek.
I feel tired. Let's head out.
Jurnal walks thoughtfully around the grove. He pauses in front of a few trees, lingering there for some time. He seems to be examining something carefully. At the sound of your footsteps, he turns around abruptly, but the anxious expression on his face quickly gives way to an amiable smile. Commander, it's so good to see you. It seems you found time to visit our quiet backwater after all. I could be mistaken, but it looked like you were frightened by my arrival. Oh no, you startled me, that's all. It's my overactive imagination. I still can't get used to living in such a small village. The town where I grew up was a good deal larger, and it was located near a trade route. So there were always lots of new faces and plenty of people bustling around. Here, though, it's different. The moment you step outside the village, you're all alone. You can walk for miles in any direction with only the birds and animals for company. This, of course, is the way Arasto teaches us to live, but truth be told, it still makes me feel somewhat uncomfortable. Why are we looking at those trees? See for yourself. He points at one of the branches, and among the leaves you notice a small doll made of grass and seaweed tied with blue ribbon. I keep finding them here in the grove. I think it's some kind of local ritual. I've asked the villagers to tell me what it means, but they won't give me an answer. I just don't understand the reason for all this secrecy. How do you like living in the village? I'm getting used to the way of things. I still get the occasional sideline glance from the locals, but that's not surprising. After all, I'm just some stranger who decided to show up without an invitation and settle down in the village. But the church warned us about this. Such caution is to be expected at first. I just have to do my best to earn their trust. I heal, I purify the water, I give blessings. Sooner or later, they will accept me as one of their own. It's so quiet here. War makes you forget what peace feels like. I understand. My time in Kenabres gave me a small taste of war. I only had to live through it for a few days, but I know the horrors I witnessed will haunt my nightmares for years to come. I cannot imagine how hard it is for those like yourself, soldiers who have given their lives to this cause. The priest places a hand on his heart. You have chosen to fight there in order to protect our peaceful and quiet life here, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. What do the locals think of Arasto? They're indifferent. They're pragmatic people, you know. They don't have time for theology. If old Deadeye helps them survive, that's good enough for them. You know, some priests get overzealous with sermons. They demand that people pray, observe all the rituals, make sacrifices. And then those priests, all holy and pious, are surprised when the locals kick them out of their village, right into the nearest ditch. The priest laughs. I was taught differently. First, you have to prove your worth. You have to show them why you and your deity are useful. It's only after they begin to trust you and start asking questions about your faith that you can really share your beliefs. Then you can tell them all about old Deadeye and his teachings. Well then, will you show me around the village? Of course, let's go. You'll get to meet the locals, see how we live. Maybe you'll even manage to get some peace and quiet, a temporary respite from the hardships of war.
Let us be
Interesting,
careful.
they just left the body there to rot and die. What a beast! We've got you now. Watch out for those huge teeth. Don't let him catch you. Aim for her throat and belly. Fewer scales there. Don't be afraid, everyone. We've fought ones bigger than this.
Watch each other.
Didn't even need our help. That'll teach you to mess with us. A man with green eyes, the broad shoulders of a swimmer, and the callous hands of a fisherman shakes his fist at the beast's motionless carcass. Something got them all worked up. That's the second time they've crawled out this month. So let them come. A woman, her eyes the same shade of green as the fisherman, smiles at you. It's not the first time, and it won't be the last. But what's it matter? They can't hurt us, and we can use their hides to make a lot of waterproof coats and cloaks. Marco, Melissa, I'd like to introduce you to someone. This is Zalelch, the commander of the crusade. He's the one I told you about. Ah, a real hero in our little backwater. It's so nice of you to drop by. We've never had anyone important come to visit. Heroic acts are important, but sometimes it's good to leave the front lines and talk to ordinary people living ordinary lives. Anyway, welcome to Chili Creek. Hydras are usually far more dangerous. That beast was not at its full strength. I can tell you have an eye for such things. Well, of course he does. He's the commander of the crusade. He probably could have told you all about it with his eyes shut. Melissa smiles at you. It's all thanks to our mother, Icy Rill. She takes care of her children, won't let anyone hurt them. She fills her nets with fish and drives away the monsters. That's right. And if she doesn't drive the beasts away, she'll weaken them so we can kill them and harvest their hides. Icy Rill? Who is that? She's right here. Markle nods towards the river. Did you think this was the Selen? No, it'd take a half a day's rowing before you reach that river. It's big, to be sure, and very important. The Selen flows through at least a dozen countries. But where would the Great Selen be if it wasn't fed by thousands of little streams and creeks like such as our dear Icy Rill? The people of Chili Creek hold their river in great reverence. The priest's observation is matter of fact, but you notice his voice sounds a bit strained. How can we not? Our whole lives are built around the river. From the wedding wreath we send down its stream to the funeral boats that floats away on the waters when the time comes. Our mother, Icy Rill, feeds us, gives us water, protects us. With a kind smile, Markle casts a sidelong glance at the fronting priest. The gods are far away, but our Icy Rill is right here, so we treat her with respect. The two of you look very much alike. I assume you're related? Right you are, Markle ruffles Melissa's hair. She laughs and tweaks his nose. She's my little sister. Takes after our granny. May her memory never fade. She was always restless, couldn't sit still, and Melissa is just the same. She's always up to something. And you took after our grandpa. May the river silt be his featherbed. You're as brave as he was, and just as stubborn. You two look very confident when you were giving orders to the villagers during their fight. Are you in charge here? Well, how should I put this? Our village is far too small for anyone to be in charge. We just happen to know a thing or two about using a weapon, so if some nasty creature comes crawling out of the river, we give the orders. When it comes to fishing or fixing nets, we'll be the one following orders. We're not an army, and there are no officers here. We all live together, solve all problems together, and serve the icy real together. Although, truth be told, it's only been in the last few years that people have really started listening to us. Before that, villagers kept to themselves, and no one wanted to go poking their nose in anyone else's business. When we first came up with the idea to start trading on the river, and the other villagers stubbornly dug in their heels. But after money and goods began to flow into the village, they changed their minds. Yes, the village has been growing. We're getting to see all sorts of things we had only ever heard about before. The year before last, we had a fair, and people came all the way from Kenabres to attend. Then a priest came, and we'd never seen one of those in these parts. And now, who'd have thought, the commander of the crusade has decided to pay us a visit. What are those grass dolls hanging from the trees in the grove? A shadow passes over Merkel's face, and he looks away. There is nothing much to tell, really. An old local custom. It's just a ritual, Melissa adds in a low voice. No one seems to be willing to share any further details with you. How is life in the village now that you've got a priest? Not much has changed, Merkel shrugs and smiles amiably. He's a good lad. He does some healing. Never bothers us with sermons. Why, he's even learning to fish in his spare time. He knows a lot of songs, and when he sings, it makes you want to sit and listen. Melissa smiles archly at the priest, and he blushes. The Worldwound is not that far away. Have you ever been attacked by demons? No, we've never seen any. Our mother, Icy Real, keeps us safe. She would never let such abominations get near us. I have to go. Back to the front. Melissa shakes her head sadly. I can't even imagine the nightmarish creatures you have to fight there. Have a safe journey and a swift victory.
Next time. Damn this silly thing.
Seriously?
Success.
Ooh, Oppressors Gloves. Let's find out what those do. +2 bonus to persuasion skill checks made to intimidate. In addition, where these spells can, whenever these nice penalty. Okay, actually that'll be really good on our character. And what do these do? +1 round bonus to attack rolls. +2 damage while mounted. Yeah, we'll put that on the tank.
Tread lightly.
I do find it funny that they just let me, like, take all their shit. Like, no one protests, no one says anything.
Follow my steps.
Success.
Let's head out. Let us be careful.
None shall escape!
Tread lightly.
turns.
I shall not fail. Attack! Enemy near.
Oh, I missed. Actually, yeah, I want to put this Milo down to sleep. Oh, he's immune.
Out of my way!
A calculated risk. Stab their backs.
Let's try and get rid of the dangerous target first.
Made your choice.
Oh, he crit. Jeez.
I require healing. Learn from my
Yep.
mistake.
There's a reason I try and target him first. See if we can put the bear to sleep. That's what I thought.
Die!
Oh, come on.
This should do it.
Oh.
I'll loot your corpse.
Let's skin them all. I like how that hemp is instantly, by the way. It will never not be
I'm
funny to me.
losing my temper.
Let's heal up.
Efna. 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 Efna.
Oh.
Follow my steps. Let's head out.
I require rest.
Good thing I didn't just keep going.
We will be victorious.
You're just wolves, right? Oh no, there's an alpha wolf in there.
Let's hear you cry.
Your death awaits.
No fear!
Die!
Aim carefully.
Let's try this way.
Run them through!
Oh wow.
Cover me.
I'll just have to resort to brute force.
Okay, wait. Why isn't he I gotta. He's supposed to be coming more.
Hear you cry.
Forwards!
This will hurt.
Out of my way!
Okay, let's test this.
So, it comes to this!
When I'm tired.
1d8. I thought he was supposed to get his wisdom modifier to his damage or something. Still mind. Let's do saving throws against enchantment spells and effects. Advice. It's the bardic performance stuff. First level 1 gains. Improved unarmed strike is a bonus feat. 26, 1d8, 1d10, 2d6, 2d10 at level 20. His wisdom modifier, his armor bonus. Is this the same thing? Effect damage from 30 feet. Key strike. Here it is. His wisdom bonus in lieu of his strength or dexterity and attack rolls in combat maneuvers. Oh, so it's his chance to hit, not how much damage he does. So he's always going to do subpar damage. Okay, well, I'm actually okay with that. Okay. How long will it take us to get back to camp? 17 hours? Should be okay. Not likely to run into anything too dangerous on our way back.
Tread lightly.
See what you got. Oh wait, I'll take that back. It's all the junk. Books. Boom. Okay. I'll leave a little up. I'll take care of that off screen. Man. Give you the info. Since you get some serious benefits out of that. Sela, you already got full plate armor on, so we'll leave that. Darren. Yep, we'll give you +2. Medium. Is he just not high enough yet? Regil. We've already got that. Yeah, she's pretty well decked out. We'll leave you alone. Did not mean to punch my mic. Yeah. Okay. So I'm actually going to call it here. I've got D&D in a little bit, so plus this is already a pretty long episode, so we're going to call it here. Yeah. As usual, like if you enjoyed the video, comment if you have anything you feel you want to add to the conversation, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.